Hey guys,
Hi.
welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. You want to get over here?
Hi.
Yeah, it pains me to say, but we got a big problem. But it's a problem that we've known we had all along, and it's just now kind of like it's becoming more apparent, and now we just got to figure out how to make it through this next phase. Oh, now she's ready?
Now she's ready.
Now she's ready?
Now our
All
kid's
right,
ready to
no,
go.
you're going to give us 7.5 more minutes so I can get multiple ads in this video. So, yeah, we're talking to you. So, that's just the kid. That's just the, oh, you on the phone or are you talking to us?
Talking to you.
She want to go out and do some shopping. We got gale force winds out here. She's like, can we go shopping?
This is not raining.
At least it's not raining.
It's not raining.
That's
But
true.
if we get anywhere near the beach, there's going to be sand blowing all in your face.
Trust me.
She is
I'm
sand.
still covered in sand.
Who was that creature that was
The
sand?
beach.
Was that
Earlier?
Spider-Man? Was Spider-Man fighting a sand creature?
Yes.
Which
And
one?
Far From Home? Was it Far From Home?
Far from home, and then
She's
Homecoming?
like in the other one.
And then the other
Obviously.
one.
well, there's far.
Which one is the...
No way home.
Is there one called Homecoming?
There's a Sandman that they're fighting.
Oh.
It's a battle. It's a battle. It's a hard. I mean, how do you fight sand? That's why people don't like the beach. That's why so many people are leaving Florida. Okay. Mm-hmm. But essentially, what?
I saw her go.
Oh, I thought you were wafting a fart or something.
I saw her go. Because you just sit there and stare at me.
But either way, but I do want to talk about that. But I also want to talk about something that we had finally. I think you decided on today or yesterday, and you finally executed it, and we're giving up.
You don't know what's happening.
We're giving up on this house search.
Oh, yes.
We're not done searching, but we're
No.
done worrying about it.
We're done worrying about it for a little bit of time. Do me explain why?
Sure.
So here's my explanation on why. Being in the apartment has its own safety net, if you will. Perks and safety net. We pay $12 a month for insurance, for property insurance, if you will, renter's insurance. If we had a home, a house, it would be thousands upon thousands of dollars a year.
You hope.
If you hope, or if not more. If something goes wrong here, there's a maintenance guy that comes and fixes it, and it's part of our lease.
Now, it's interesting you say that because we could have continued on this path of forever renting, which isn't necessarily true. Because forever renting would mean we never owned, and we've already owned 3 homes.
Yeah.
So we're not forever renting. But there's nothing wrong with forever renting either, depending on what your ultimate overall goal is.
Yes.
I don't think anyone has any qualms with people who are now paying $5,000 a month for a studio apartment in Brooklyn in the new tallest building in the state.
93 stories or 90 stories?
93?
93 stories, I believe.
Maybe the tallest in the country, but it's like no one goes to them and says, oh, you're just throwing your money away. No, because if you want to live in Brooklyn and you want to live in that building
You're living
and
in a-
you don't want to try and commute through the city, like it doesn't make sense not to.
Well, my main reason for saying yes to staying in the apartment is because I really enjoy our summer travels that we've been doing. We have 2 more years before our kid can drive, and I figure that gives us 2 more summers to travel and stuff. 2 more summers to travel before she can legally drive.
I
And
like
so-
also the fact that, again, we could have chosen to not jump into this crazy housing market and higher interest rates and risky property homeowners insurance and property taxes and everything else that comes with it and rented a house. But I didn't want to get into bed, theoretically, figure of speech,
Figuratively.
with an independent landlord or investor who can't manage the property, only to then possibly experience some problem that they can't and or will not fix.
I mean, if they get foreclosed on, you're the one who gets evicted. So,
Well, it's this thing. If the roof blew off of the building because we had a tornado today, they would be out here fixing it tomorrow.
Immediately because of apartment complex. Yes. Whereas,
not just because of the apartment complex, because these jokers don't play.
No, that too.
Now, if the roof blows off your house that you're renting, that homeowner then has to fight with their insurance. They're not going to just like it's completely
a whole different thing. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons, a lot of them based off of the what ifs of renting a house versus being in the apartment, the what ifs of buying a home right now with what the interest rates are, what the insurance rates are, and what the market doesn't have available right where we are that we would be interested in. That does make a big play. But for me, another 2 years minimum in the apartment makes the most sense until our daughter is 16, and maybe we'll revisit the house at that point because maybe interest rates have come down, maybe house prices have come down, maybe we want something different. But for now, to afford us the ability to travel all we want during the summer, I like.
Not to mention the amenities. Not to mention
the amenities are really nice.
The location, like it's honestly like it's really good. As I suspected, there should have been a no increase or decrease, and they offered an opportunity for the decrease.
An overall decrease. Overall decrease.
So
yes, in rental in our monthly bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have any complaints. We've been here for 2 years.
May will be 2 years.
Yeah, I had no complaints. They do a good job. Nobody's going to be perfect. We're going to do the 80-20.
Yeah.
Maybe a 81-19. I don't know. Maybe it's 81-19.
Okay, I'll go with that.
And yeah, like, you know, it is what it is. And then we will figure it out moving forward. Granted, there's always the possibility that we could end at least early if we found a deal.
The perfect thing, yeah.
You know, or if we had to. It's like, it is what it is. You do what you got to do.
It's much easier to pick up and leave this than it is to pick up and leave a home that you own or something like that.
Well, it's funny because you say that because Chris just put up a video on his channel, Chris Igo 1, literally about house arrest.
Yeah.
And the house arrest is the metaphor for the fact that people are trapped, or at least they feel like they're trapped inside of their homes because they are unable to sell them or financially can't afford to sell them. Why can't they not afford to sell them? Because there's costs associated with getting the property ready, the real estate professional, realtor commissions, not to mention the equity, the changes in appreciation or appraisal values. And if some of these folks went and pulled out equity when money was cheap, and then they use that money and now they owe more in their house than it's capable of selling for, and they don't have the cash to put back into it to close the deal, they're literally stuck in their house.
Being upside down is only good if you're a bat.
They're stuck in their house. You go inside, they're just hanging upside down. But, you know, it's like, and then it's like, for instance, let's just say if you've seen any of the footage from my channel or from the other channels or the news, or if you just happen to live in Panama City Beach, and let me just put it to you like this. You are anywhere in the vicinity of the house, the townhouse that fell onto the other one. If you're anywhere in the vicinity of that and you're trying to sell your home, nobody's gonna buy it. No one's, if they have to see that, that's going to put this feeling inside of them of, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it has nothing to do with you, but the first impression that they get driving through the neighborhood. Like, if you're trying to sell your house and you live in a neighborhood, but people have to drive past houses in your neighborhood that aren't like
up to par.
Like if your neighborhood was like one street and you can go in and go out, and they have to pass the junkie houses to get to your listing, it makes your listing look bad.
Yeah.
If they don't have to pass the junkie houses to get to your listing, but the junkie houses exist past your listing, they'll never know really
unless they do their due diligence and drive the whole.
You got to drive the whole neighborhood.
I was about to say people who don't.
But it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
Yep.
Regardless of that, that's what we decided to do, and you know, it is what it is. You got to make a choice. You'll never know what the other path would bring. But I also know that some people are not going to be entirely enthusiastic about this video, and they're going to be like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that," or clickbait or
to each their own.
And that in essence is the problem that we know we have, and it's only getting worse because as the channel continues to grow, thanks to all of the wonderful viewers and subscribers that we really, really do appreciate, we also attract some of the trolls and folks that don't necessarily really belong here. Y'all can go kick rocks.
Big ones.